Good morning, everybody. This is Chandni Mahajan from Celestiel Energis, your life coach, tarot card reader, numerologist, so on and on. Today, my video is on Rakshabandhan. All aspects and story, why this auspicious day is celebrated, how is it celebrated, etc. etc. The significance of its celebrations. First of all, let me share the meaning of this pious festival Rakshabandhan. The festival is made up of two words, namely Raksha and Bandhan. As per Sanskrit terminology, the occasion means tie or knot of protection, where Raksha stands for protection and Bandhan signifies the verb to tie. Together, the festival symbolizes the eternal love of brother sister relationship, which does not just is confined to blood relationships, but it is also celebrated among cousins, sisters, sister-in-laws, that is bhabis, fraternal aunt, that is buas, nephews, bhatijas, and other such relationships. Raksha Bandhan is observed on the last day of the Hindu new lunar calendar month of Shravana, which typically falls in August, Sawan ke mahine ki Purnima. The expression Raksha Bandhan, Sanskrit literally the bond of protection, obligation or care, is now principally applied to this ritual. Have you ever wondered what the story behind Raksha Bandhan is? Why is it that every year so many women go crazy looking for the perfect band for their brothers? Well, as you might have already guessed, there are many stories in the Indian history that mention about the festival, each with the similar morals but different context. Here's a compilation of the most renowned stories behind the grand festival of Rakhi, which I have tried to portray in my this video. The first story behind Raksha Bandhan is about Rani Karnavati and Emperor Himayu. As we all know that Mewar story, which was quite famous with the story of movie Padmavati. But let us put some light on it and get back to history and get the correct story of Mewar. The version of the story in history of Rakhi is of Rani Karnavati and the Emperor Himayu. Karnavati was official of Mewar. After the death of her husband Rana Sanga, she ruled in the name of her eldest son Vikramjit. Bahadur Shah of Gujarat attacked Mewar for the second time. He had defeated Vikramjit earlier. The queen began looking for the support from other kingdoms. Initially apprehensive, the noble finally agreed to take on Shah. In the meanwhile, Karnavati also wrote to Himayu for help. She sent him a Rakhi and sought protection. Fascinatingly, Humayun's father Babur had defeated Rana Sanga when he led amalgamation of Rajput armies against him in 1527. The Mughal emperor was in middle of another military campaign which he received the call for help. Abandoning it to returned his attention to Mewar. Unfortunately, he was not able to make it on time as the Rajput army was defeated in Chittor, but the queen had already set herself on fire to avoid the indignity of following in the hands of Bahadur Shah Zafar. Shah, however, could not go any further and had to turn away his armies from Chittor as Mughal military reinforcement arrived soon after. Himayu then restored the kingdom to Karanvati's son Vikramjit. Another story, very famous story, is of Yam and Yamuna. According to another legend, the ritual of Raksha Bandhan was followed by Yam, the lord of death, and Yamuna, the river that flows in India. The story goes that when Yamuna tied a Rakhi to Yam, the lord of death granted her immortality, and so moved he was by the gesture. He is said to have declared that any brother who has tied a Rakhi and offered to protect his sister would also become immortal. On this auspicious day of Rakhi, there are so many sisters or too many sisters, those who actually worship Yamraj on the day of Rakhi in just demand for the protection of their brothers. Another story is of birth of Ma Santoshi. This take on the festival of Rakhi is a version of Birth of Santoshi Ma, popularized by the film Jai Santoshi Ma. On this auspicious day, Lord Ganesha's sister Mansa Devi visited him to tie him a Rakhi. On seeing this, Ganesha's son being insisting on having a sister, giving on their demands, Ganesha created goddess Santoshi from the divine flames that are said to have emerged from his concerts of Riddhi and Siddhi. Another story was of goddess Lakshmi and King Bali. As a part of promise, Lord Vishnu had been protecting his devotee and demon King Bali, disguising himself as his doorman. Back in Vaikunt, the abode of Vishnu, his consort Lakshmi has been missing, disguising herself as a woman seeking a shelter to live in since her husband has been away. She approaches Bali. The generous king opened the door of his palaces for the lady. As the Lakshmi, goddess of wealth and prosperity, enters the household, Bali begins to prosper. On the full moon day of the holy month of Shravana, Lakshmi tied a thread of a colored cotton on Bali's wrist and wishes for the protection and happiness. Bali asks her what she desires and promises to fulfill it. Lakshmi simply points to the gatekeeper, who now reveals his real identity. The goddess follows the suit. Bali keeps his promises as he requests Vishnu to return to his home with the consort. In return, Vishnu promises to return and be with Bali for 4 months each year. So this was something why Rakhi is being celebrated. Now, what is the importance of Rakhi? It holds the immense importance of Hinduism. On this day, sister ties Rakhi around her brother's wrist, which the brother undertakes an oath to protect his sister until death. This festival is especially for girls, and girls wait a lot for this festival. Usually, on this festival, amulets are tied. Usually, a band is tied which keeps the trouble away. The girls go shopping, buy Rakhi, sweets, clothes, and many more gifts for the brothers. They keep fast for their brothers, worship good for this brother's success, spot the tilak on forehead. After spotting tilak, they lighten diya in the front of brother and offer sweets to the brother and get gifts too in return. Getting a gift from the brother is the most exciting moment for us brother sister relationship. But why we girls need to keep fast for our brothers? This was all mentioned in the stories above. Wishing all brothers and sisters a very happy and a prosperous Rakshabandhan. If anyone of you wants me to make another video or share another topic, please feel free to leave your feedbacks in comment section below, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel Celestiel Energies. Stay blessed and stay safe. Thank you. God bless.